Well, here it is, August 15th. I just got back from immigration and may have had some success today. I'll tell you all about it later. I've got to organize my dates and my thoughts on the project and the things I did, and I'll tell you how all this stuff is going to wind up. I think it's pretty interesting. It's only been nearly 4 months since I tried to get an exit visa and my passport was seized. I suspect that efficiency is not the reason either. I'll tell you more on that later. This little recap, just to remind everybody what's going on. I shot 4 videos of me attempting to get my exit visa in the office here in Ho Chi Minh City. On the 4th visit, they seized my passport. I did pay my exit fee, but when I gave them the exit fee receipt, they took my passport and the exit fee receipt, and basically I was left with nothing. So something was weird about that. Apparently Hanoi knew about it because the passport got seized, so they knew about it. The $3,800 fee, nobody really knows what it was for or why they brought it up or anything else. I mean, and then it vanished, you know, at my meeting here in Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm not sure what was going on with that. Apparently it was some kind of, they saw that as some kind of opportunity to extort $3,800 for me, which I don't know if that money would have gone to the Vietnamese government. I have a sneaky feeling that it was going to go somebody's pocket. Going to be a little coffee money. Well, actually a lot of coffee money. You know, on April 29th was the day that they seized my passport. That was the day I went in. I'd already paid my exit fee and I was supposed to get my fee schedule and pay that. Well, that didn't happen. They seized my passport and said they had to send it to Hanoi and it'd be 4 to 6 weeks to get it back. Well, that was bullshit. I never heard from them. It just, I waited and waited. I actually gave them an extra week and nothing happened. But what I think is interesting is from the very beginning, something was up. You know, the $3,800 that was brought up, you know, by 2 different travel agencies. I actually went to another one and tried with them too. It apparently was in their system somehow because they knew about it. So, you know, I remembered a book that was kind of interesting. It was called I Hate You, and it was a book about revenge and how you could do revenge real cheap. It took a real serious act on my part to stir them up, and I did stir them up, and I'll tell you how I did it. So I decided to do a revenge attack on the Vietnam Immigration Department. I sent EMS letters to news agencies, to the Immigration Office, to the Tourist Bureau, everywhere. And of course, I got receipts for all that. You know, everybody had to sign for it. So everybody knows that I sent this report of what had happened to me in Vietnamese and in English to all of these places. You know, everyone saw the distribution list. So here's the receipts. This is what I sent. It was EMS letters. They're really cheap and very effective. They're like sending a FedEx letter in the US. So as a result of my I Hate You campaign, about 3 days later, I believe, let me see if I can find the date for you. I sent the letter campaign on the 22nd of July. Well, I didn't get a response right away, but on the 27th of July, I did get a text message saying, come to the office in Ho Chi Minh City. So for sure, my letter campaign worked. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, boy.
it bright enough?
Yes,
Okay.
you're great.
Yeah, I've got all my paperwork.
We are on the way.
Well, luckily our wait time for the appointment was only about 15 minutes. The interview lasted about an hour, and mainly they spent that time taking a statement from me and writing it in Vietnamese. An was there to translate and witness the process to make sure everything was straight. After the August 2nd interview, there were a number of things that I had to do according to the officers in charge there. One is I had to go ahead and reserve my airline reservation, and then they'd tell me when to send it to them. So on the 9th of August, I got an email that asked for copies of the reservation and the ticket, which I sent them. It wasn't a big deal. On the 15th, I was notified to come into the office to pick up my fee schedule and do some other things. And so on the 15th, I went in. Han didn't go with me this time, but I went in and got the fee schedule. Then I caught a grab car, went over to Military Bank, which is a government bank, and paid the fee. Got the receipt for the fee, went back to the immigration office, and turned in the fee and my exit receipt and waited. About 15 minutes later, they called me, Mr. Zame, which is the Vietnamese for James, and they were finished. They handed me my passport with the exit visa inside it. So apparently I'm ready to go. Oh, there it is. There's my passport. Complete with an exit visa. Oh boy. I've got the passport, I've got the exit visa. So that's all I need, and I'm out of here. My reservation was for the 23rd of August, and I'll be on that flight. Now, let's talk a bit about the weird stuff. That's something that has been of interest to me, of course, since the beginning, because it could have cost me a lot of money. The weird stuff is that initially they asked for $3,800. Now, this was asked of me by my visa agency. The name of the visa agency I was using was, they were in Hanoi, and it was VietnamDiscovery.com. So I paid them to check on my blacklist status and on the possibility of being extended. Well, they came back and told me that I'd have to pay $3,800 to make the problem disappear. Of course, I wasn't about to pay them $3,800, not a chance. In our August 2nd meeting, An and I decided we wouldn't mention the $3,800 and we'd see if they did. Well, they never did. They never mentioned it. It was never brought up. Now, even though it was in my letters that I sent out by EMS, there was no mention of it at the meeting. I'm not sure what this tells us, but for sure, someone was attempting to extort a bunch of money. There's no doubt about that. I'll probably never be able to find out the answer to that. Also, the two travel agencies that extended my visa in late 2020 and 21 were very suspicious. The first one, according to the gentleman at the officers at the immigration headquarters, said they were arrested. The second one was no longer in business, and the third one, they couldn't find any trace of it at all, whether it ever even existed. So I don't know what the deal. I found them online, but I don't know what the deal is with them or where they went. The company name of those travel agencies did not match the online name of the agency. So apparently they were doing a DBA, doing business as another name online. One of them was named Heart Shaped. Another was US Builder, which I've never heard of anywhere else. So I don't know. Like I said, they're mystery companies. I do think the agency system here in Vietnam is a failure. It's terrible. The agencies don't do right by people, and they try to extort fees and things that shouldn't be paid. And sometimes I think that the immigration department and the travel agencies are basically in cahoots with each other. Anyway, I'm going to offer this little bit of advice to anybody that's thinking about traveling to Vietnam. I think that you definitely should not use a travel agency. Either get your 30-day tourist visa online, e-visa, or if you can't do that, just go to the embassy or consulate in your area and get your visa there. I think it's better to deal directly with the immigration office. You never know what the travel agencies are up to. Are they looking out for you, or are they looking out for themselves? It's only been about 15 months since my last visa expired, but finally here I am at the airport. I'm going home. I'm going to Clark and then to Subic and be with Rhea. Things are looking good. No hitches at the airport, but I'll tell you one thing, traveling with cameras is a real pain. They inspect everything. They want to see all the batteries and first one thing then another. So it'd be really a good idea if you're going to travel with cameras to manage it all in one bag, and that way you don't have to open all the bags to locate all the spare batteries and such as that. Anyway, I'm real happy. Glad to be leaving Vietnam. Maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't. I'm not going to come back if Rhea can't stay, so that pretty much limits things the way the visa situation is here. We'll see.
Not that electronic health declaration card, while one health pass. Shortly, we'll be serving